In fact, Thursday को हमारा live stream भी नहीं हुआ था because I was very under the weather. So much so that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I did not speak a single word practically, except for when I was in Mint are very prompt in their news. Money control भी अच्छा है, but मेरे को notifications सबसे ज़्यादा Mint के आते हैं, relevant notifications, followed by ET and money control. Do you use price action or indicators for analysis? So, good question, Jayesh. In fact, since today the market is also short, what we can do is that we can talk about this topic a little. Price action versus indicators. What is better? So I'll talk about that in some time. I personally use both. So जब मैं analysis कर रहा हूँ, जब मैं कोई trade ढूंढ रहा हूँ, when I'm managing a trade, I will always make sure that I have price action in mind, but I have certain indicators that I use just to give context to that price action. Can you explain about price action? I'm new to trading space. Which indicators are good? Sure, we'll talk about that. So first off, let's just do a quick analysis so we understand कि Nifty कहाँ पर है, and then जैसे हम लोग और आगे जाएंगे, I'll give you further context. So we're here for at least 24 more minutes, and we'll make sure that those 24 minutes have more value and info than any other 24 minutes out there. So यहाँ पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं, this is Nifty's chart. I'm removing my moving averages. I have removed the RSI also. What can we see here? हम लोग देख सकते हैं that Nifty has closed at 18,200, which is a very important level in itself, क्योंकि हम लोग बात कर रहे थे कैसे 18,120 एक बहुत बड़ा hurdle होने वाला है for the market. But what we saw is that price went up, 18,120 का थोड़ा सा resistance लिया, and then from that level it bounced up again around here, which means कि उसने at least for now 18,120 को accept कर लिया है, which is a positive sign. Audio broken. Puneet, can you hear me better now? I hope you can hear me, man. Yeah, so basically 18,120 it has cleared for now. So what that means is that Nifty right now is at its highest level practically since 2022 का start, because this is where we saw where Nifty was earlier this year. वहां से हम लोग ने sharp fall देखा, and after which we did not really turn back. The bears were in control for most of the year. Well, finally, as 2022 concludes, we are coming back to that level. Full circle हो गया है. एक तरह से अगर हम देखें, then if we started at 18,400, 18,300 मान लेते हैं, and if we end the year around 18,300, it will have meant कि अगर आपने 100 रुपए January 1st 2022 को डाले थे, then on December 31st 2022 your 100 rupees was 100 rupees only. But what that hides is that market turned a lot, went up, went down, and this entire thing will have been forgotten. So वो एक चीज ध्यान में रखनी है, and if that does happen, it would mean कि 2022 in general में कुछ gains नहीं हुए थे on a yearly basis, but of course we managed to recover. So that is one thing. Now, if we talk about whether Nifty is likely to hit its all-time high or not, I feel right now, अगर हम देखते हैं, you go on sgxnifty.org. This is SGX Nifty chart. If you're curious what SGX Nifty is, it is basically Nifty that is traded in the Singapore exchange. In a very quick and easy manner of explaining it. So यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं right now it's above 18,300. If we see where Nifty's all-time high is, then Nifty's all-time high is at 18,600. So 18,600 is where the all-time high is. 18,300, let's say Nifty opens somewhere around here, which is 18,250. That would mean that for Nifty to go up by that much more, it will have to go up by 1.9% more. 1.9% more, and it will have made an all-time high. I think इतना तो possible है. Less than 2% का gain हो सकता है. So I do feel that it is likely, unless we see something very different. Maybe हम लोग आज ही tonight we see some major change in the global markets. If that something like that happens, अलग बात है. But I feel अगर कुछ और ज़्यादा change नहीं होता, then Nifty is less than 2% away from all-time high, and it is already at the 52-week high. In which case कुछ डेफिनेटली आई फील एटीएच जैसा हो सकता है. अगर हम लोग बैंक निफ्टी की बात करते हैं, then this is what bank nifty is looking like. By the way, for those on YouTube who did not who were not there for the intro, yes, I know my voice sounds very weird. I wasn't really able to speak either for most of last week. Finally feeling better, so थोड़ा सा आवाज ऐसा odd लगेगा, but don't worry. It's not because मेरा आवाज ऐसा है, but it's because I've got a sore throat. So हम लोग यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं that for Bank Nifty actually we almost retested that ATH back in September, और फिर हम लोग वापस 41800 के आसपास, which means less than 200 points. In fact, if we see Bank Nifty closing at 41686 is the highest close for Bank Nifty, which means Bank Nifty ने already एक तरह का all time high तो बना दिया है. For Bank Nifty, at least part of the battle is already won. And I feel this is very interesting, in almost complete contrast to the fact that हम लोग ने most of this year we have seen that bearish sentiment coming in. So that is another thing. Now Nifty, Bank Nifty overall analysis. Let's quickly look at the intraday chart. We can see here opened high, came low, managed to recover a little in the second half for Nifty, and something similar for Bank Nifty as well. Opened high, came down, recovered from the lower levels. ये देख सकते हैं. अगर आपको और निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी के बारे में देखना है, go on NSE's website, go on Money Control, and you'll find a lot of information related to that particular day. Money Control मेरे quick tabs में नहीं है, so I will just go to this, and this is Nifty's Money Control info. You can see these are the stocks that were very important on Monday, and option chain में नहीं जाना है हमें. We need to go to NSE का market snapshot, and this is the figure that we're trying to see. India VIX at 15.6, sectoral indices here, overall Nifty performing like this. Britannia के result थे, that's why it did well. SBI के भी result थे, that's why it did very well, all time high पे. So this is what it looks like overall. And now back to your questions. Sorry for that. Okay, Sarvesh just followed the stream. Hi Sarvesh, thanks for the follow. Do you use moving average indicator, Vikram? Yes, I do. When will Nifty touch 20,000? No one can say when. If anyone says karega hi karega, then I feel that is a guess in thin air, because typically ऐसे predictions possible नहीं होते since there are so many factors in the market. Will Nifty touch 20,000 this year? I feel this is a little more relevant of a question. कि क्या हो सकता है 20 के. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स वेरी पॉसिबल, क्योंकि अगर आप देखते हो 20,000 इज समवेयर अराउंड हियर, एंड वी हैव अराउंड 1.5 month practically speaking. So from where Nifty is right now, 20,000 is 9.9% away. I feel that's a bit of a tall order, but then again, crazier things have happened in the world. That being said, I wouldn't put my money on it. 20,000 हो गई, होता है तो ठीक है, मेरे ट्रेड्स और मेरे पोजीशंस की वैल्यू ऊपर जाएगी. नहीं होता तो भी ठीक है, that's fine. Any chance of market crashing again this year, Shashi? Yes, of course. Chances are always there. That's why the market is the way it is. हो सकता है, I would say, just because we are seeing some sort of a recovery does not mean कि हम लोग अभी सिर्फ ऊपर की ओर ही जाने वाले हैं. There is still a very 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 real chance of a fall that can happen. और अगर fall होता है, first I would say 18,000 का जो level है वो टूटेगा. After that is broken, then I would say an important area where we may see कि अच्छा अभी bullishness शायद जारी है might be this level, which is 17,500. There is a long way to go for that level to come, but हो सकता है. What is the relation between SGX Nifty and Indian Nifty? Direct relation है. So if SGX Nifty is saying 18,300, we are likely to open around 18,300. Does not mean कि ऊपर ही जाएगा. It just gives an indication कि कब open होगा, कौन से level पे, which is the best time frame. Very subjective. If you are someone who's doing day trading, intraday कर रहे हो, I'd say 5 minute is good, 15 minute maybe. But if you're someone who's doing swing trading or BTST, then 1 hour or daily is better. So वो आपके use case के हिसाब से है. Anyway, back to some of the questions, more important questions that we were talking about. Let's get to those. Do you use price action or do you use indicators for your analysis? So price action versus indicators. What is better? Which is better? I feel the more common this thing that people have is कि price action is better than everything. This is the more common perception that people tend to have these days. I feel this is sort of correct, but it is not entirely correct, क्योंकि ये जो समझना है, ये समझने के लिए indicators are very helpful. I'll tell you how. One of the indicators जो मैं यूज करता हूं is RSI, right? अभी RSI हमें क्या कहता है? RSI is the 14-day average of how much price has moved up and how much price has moved down. RSI का जो फॉर्मूला होता है, if you break it down in a way, it tells you just this. Okay, so ये हमें क्या कहने वाला है that यहां से लेके यहां तक 14 days पे प्राइस ऊपर गया तो कितना ऊपर गया? Maybe when prices went up, they went up by 100 points. Maybe when prices went down, they went down by 50 points. So यहाँ पे differential जो 50 point का होता है, what does that tell you about the price action here? It tells us that bullish momentum is very high. Correct? So that means कि अगर हम लोग देख रहे हैं bullish momentum को ज़्यादा होते, then it is more likely that you look for trades like this, where आपको एक bullish setup मिल रहा है, than looking for trades maybe like this, जहाँ पे आपको bearish setup मिल रहा है. Because ultimately, if you are given a chart, कोई भी ट्रेडर, कोई भी एनालिस्ट है, इसको बुलिश बोल सकता है, बेरिश बोल सकता है, बिकॉज you can find reasons to support any analysis, but what matters is that you try to understand कि bias कैसा ज़्यादा लग रहा है, and based on that bias you try to figure out that whether the market is likely controlled by the bulls or the bears at that point. So I would say indicators are great. They help you supplement your price action. Here are moving averages. Moving averages में मैंने क्या डाला है? I have the green one is 20, the red one is 50, and the blue one is 200. This is the 500 MA that is sparingly used. But यहाँ पे point क्या है? What is the point? That the 20 MA, the green line, is known as a good trend follower. मतलब अगर price is likely going up, or if price is in an uptrend, then it is likely to stay and hold above the 20 MA. So this is a very crude way of presenting what this indicator does. Indicator actually क्या कह रहा है कि अगर price is bullish enough, strong enough that the bulls are able to hold it, there is a chance it will hold higher than the 20-day moving average. Means पिछले 20 दिन के average से ज़्यादा रहेगा, and that means कि अच्छा price has some strength. So you use that along with any price action formation pattern you want, and then you try to have some sort of analysis. Other thing that many people can do is कि समझो आपको करना है एक ट्रेड में, if you want to place a trade, you want to buy, let's say, on a moving average like this. If you watch UR, who's my father, if you watch his videos on my YouTube channel, तो हमारी YouTube channel पे there are mainly 2 video series that he does. IC, which is interesting candles, and swing trading opportunities. तो ये दो है, इसके अंदर some of the trades are based on moving averages, जैसे यहाँ पे अब यहाँ पे मैं बोलूंगा मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर जा रहा है, बट देयर इज आल्सो समथिंग एल्स दैट्स हैपनिंग. यू कैन सी हियर दिस इज अ बुलिश एंगल्फिंग पैटर्न. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, मूविंग एवरेज के हिसाब से भी ट्रेड बन रहा है, प्लस यू कैन सी दैट्स अ बुलिश एंगल्फिंग पैटर्न. टू थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग एट वंस. इफ यू सी हियर, यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं दिस इज इन अ वे, this was a low, this is a higher low. You can also see it's at a support, moving average ka support hai. So without getting too in depth into this, I will say ki they are both important. See, some people are very comfortable just with the chart without any indicators. That's fine. Some people are comfortable with just indicators. I would say that is a little bit not fine, but ठीक है, whatever suits that person. Ultimately, market में लोग पैसे बनाने के लिए आते हैं. People are here to make returns. So whatever helps someone make returns, it's fine. So I feel that is the best thing. And again, I would always say कि अंत में whatever happens, we are doing what we are trading price, right? So whatever happens, you need to know price क्या बता रहा है. For instance, अगर आप ये वाला देखते हो, clearly we can see this massive red candle that has practically broken the 3-day low is not really a positive sign for the bulls. Clearly we can see that there are certain resistances and certain supports on the chart. अगर ये सारे इतने क्लियर हैं, अगर ये सारे इतने प्रोमिनेंटली हमें दिख रहे हैं, तो उसका यूज कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें इंडिकेटर कोई चिपक के रहना है, बट यू नीड टू फाइंड दैट बैलेंस. Indicators are not accurate is true because nothing is accurate. Nothing in the markets will be 100% accurate. Indicator को अगर आप यूज करते हो with understanding of price action, then they can be a little better and they can help you make your analysis better. That being said, nothing is 100% accurate. So that's this thing. How to trade using price action and indicators. So you try to figure out confluences in a way. For instance, let's say that आप कह रहे हो कि यहाँ पे एक support level है. Given that this is a resistance, you can say that this is also a support, right? Now, अगर आपको याद है यहाँ पे 200 MA भी था, so you know that there's a moving average also here. Another thing you can see is that RSI below 40 went above 40, taking support from 40. So there is that factor also here. Another thing you can see here is a bullish engulfing pattern. So there are so many things happening here. अभी वैसे आप ढूंढ सकते हो that when are these things coming together, which is called a confluence. और जब वो होता है, you can try to see if there's a trade over there. यहाँ पे the price action is a little choppy, but what many people also do is that they try to find some smaller range breakouts here and there. ऐसे कर करके ढूंढ सकते हैं. Plus what you can do is that you can maybe, let's say HDFC Bank लेते हैं. Let's say you know that this zone in general is an important support around 1260. आवाज थोड़ा सा soft होगा अभी मेरा because I'm trying to preserve my voice for a bit. Webinar भी है मेरा शाम को. So yeah, if you know 1260 in general is a level here, तो आप क्या करोगे? You'll wait to see some bullish formation here 1260 पे, maybe here 1260 पे, so that you can actually enter into it because you know एक important level है. ये level कैसे आपको मिला? Price action से. आप उसके साथ क्या confirmation ढूंढ रहे हो? Maybe you look for an indicator RSI का, maybe you look for some moving average, maybe छोटे moving average पे जाते हो आप 8 MA या कुछ. So all of those things you can do. And there's no one size fits all. This is why it is in a way more of an art, because जो science है, the science behind this, you use it in an artistic manner, if that makes sense, and you use it in a way that you can replicate. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार ये हुआ दूसरे बार वो हुआ. You need to make sure कि वो थोड़ा सा आप आपके लिए आपके थॉट और आपके एनालिसिस के हिसाब से थोड़ा सा उसे फाइन ट्यून कर पाओ. Most of the people say price action is accurate than indicator. What are your thoughts on it? See, most of the people can spew utter garbage is what I would say. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm not saying they are right. I'm just saying ki it depends on what you are trying to be accurate about. If you are trying to be accurate about, let's say, Nifty intraday chart 5 minute, you look at a lot of these Instagram reels and they'll make all sorts of levels. They'll tell you यहाँ पे ये हुआ था, वहां पे वो हुआ था, उस हिसाब से ये ज्यादा accurate है, and that is why price action is the most accurate. तो EOD chart पे तो कोई भी बना लेगा. EOD chart पे if you give a beginner also the drawing tools, he will say that हाँ यहाँ पे पता है beginner मैं हूँ, but still you can see there was this trend line there was this here, this there, वहां पे आप बना सकते हो. So that is not accuracy. That is just you're looking back and you're trying to figure out stuff in hindsight. What matters the most is कि आप थोड़ा सा sentiments को कैसे समझ पा रहे हो. For instance, okay, for instance, let's say यहाँ पर आप देखते हो previous close है. Previous close पे हमने देखा there is a bullish pattern forming here, and you feel that okay, it is looking good. Now along with this क्या हो रहा है? Along with this हम देख सकते हैं RSI is also it had come down quite a bit and it was bouncing from around 40. So वो दो चीज है. Now you can say ये price action से हुआ है previous close का, I can say कि ये RSI के वजह से हुआ है. Doesn't matter, right? Point is कि price is bouncing up, there may be an opportunity. So more than the reason behind why something is working or not working, I feel it's more important to find out that thing. Can you explain how to make perfect analysis step by step for better results? There is no perfect analysis. Shubham, there is no perfect analysis. No analysis will be perfect. 100% accuracy is a myth. It is something that is only spoken about in sales pitches. अगर आपको कोर्स बेचना है, अगर आपको कोई इंडिकेटर बेचना है, तो लोग कहेंगे मोस्ट एक्यूरेट इंडिकेटर. But otherwise, there is no one perfect analysis. And what you do is that you try out a bunch of stuff. Price action try करो, moving average try करो, indicators दूसरे try करो, figure out some more currency pairs. I'm too used to my forex webinars, looks like. Find out some different stocks, different indices, instruments, try all of them out. और फिर एक बार उतना ट्राई किया, फिर सोचो कि अच्छा what was working for me, what was feeling fine for me, and then you keep in mind that you have to have the right risk management, and then you keep in mind that you need to be a little realistic in that you just because you're looking at past data does not mean that you trade like it's you're doing past data. और ये सब करके आप ढूंढ सकते हो something, and it takes a lot of time, but that's why everyone doesn't do it. So yeah, I mean, I know थोड़ा सा lack of optimism लगेगा आपको, but that is not what I'm saying. I'm being very optimistic and I'm saying you'll make it through. Which all indicators do you use? Santosh, I primarily use RSI and moving averages for swing. For intraday, it depends. Many times I use pivot points also. For long-term investing, which is the best time when market is falling or market is bullish. For long-term investing, ideally, you ideally do not try to time the market. So when you're talking about pure investing, timing the market is not something that is ideal. But what many people try to do is that when prices are falling, you buy more because आपको discount मिलेगा, and you don't know prices 5% से गिरने वाले हैं कि 50% से गिरने वाले हैं. What you can do is throughout the fall थोड़ा थोड़ा खरीद सकते हो, because then when prices go up आपको उसका benefit होने ही वाला है. So I would say for long-term investors, falling markets are better because you can get shares at a discount practically. But for short-term investors, for positional traders, I would say rising markets or bullish markets are better. Again, this is my opinion. This is not a fact. I don't think there are many facts in the market, apart from the fact that it is very diverse. What are the things to look for, look after while investing for long term? Full disclosure, most of what I do is related to trading and related to short term buying and selling. That being said, I will still share my views on it since I do follow it a fair bit. अभी क्या है मेन, you look for a company that has some inherent value. मतलब ऐसी चिल्लर कंपनी मत उठाओ जो पैसा बना नहीं रही है. Because if the company can't make even 100 rupees for itself, how do you expect it to make even 1 rupee for you? So one big difference I feel many people sort of have in the perception between investing in the share market, public market, and people looking at, maybe private equity, people looking at maybe VCs and maybe angel investing and such, इसकी लोगों को लगता है कि स्टॉक मार्केट में एवरी कंपनी इज ऑन अ लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड, बिकॉज इफ इट्स अ लिस्टेड कंपनी, it has to make at least some money, which is not true. There is so much crap in the market that you have to be just as selective as these guys who are in these private equities and VCs and angels. They spend a lot of time really understanding how a company is likely to make money. वो कंपनी कैसे मार्केट के जो मार्केट में दूसरे प्लेयर्स है उससे बेहतर कर पाएगी. But what many forget is that the same thing applies for listed entities also, whether you're talking about Reliance, whether you're talking about Adani companies, or whether you're talking about some other company. Maybe one company that is on my mind these days is Relaxo, because I've been buying, or I've been looking to buy some, cheap slip-on shoes. So I believe Sparks is a Relaxo company, if I'm not wrong. And Sparks Amazon पे बहुत दिखता है, and उससे Relaxo mind में आया. And I think they had their results also sometime recently. SBI result recently. ये सब देखो. So if you want to invest for the long term, you need to know the company. Fundamentals are very important for long term investing, right? So Jayesh, you'll hate this answer because it's just like most of my other answers, and that is that it depends. Now, statistically speaking, I do not think there has been a very significant correlation that has been established between fundamental analysis, stock picking, and just the market going up. There were some very interesting thought experiments done, जो आप देख सकते हो stock picking पे. You can just Google them and you will find them. But what I can say is that fundamental analysis आपको ज़्यादा क्या करेगा, कंपनी की longevity को समझने में हेल्प करेगा. Will a company even stay in business for that long? Because if it's going to stay in business, अगर कंपनी के पास पैसा रहेगा, ऑपरेशंस चालू रहेंगे, then maybe it can just at least do okay. Whether it will outperform or not, we don't know. And whether outperformance के बाद stock price will go up or not, that also we don't know. Good example, good case study I'll tell you is ITC. Why ITC? Newer investors, people who are new to the markets, will just see this rise. They'll see कि भाई ITC कैसे कोई ऐसी case study बन सकती है. It's gone from double से ज़्यादा हो गया है COVID के बाद. But what is very important to see here ITC के अंदर is that here around 2013 to 2018, practically this 5-year period that you see, prices were relatively flat. सिर्फ यहाँ पे एक रैली आया, वो भी नीचे आके फ्लैट हो गया. सो इफ यू सी, अगर एवरेज मूवमेंट देखो तो फ्रॉम मे बी 200 to 240, 60 रुपीज का ही देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ओवर 5 years. बट अगर हम देखें यहाँ पे फ्रॉम 120 to 350 इट हैज डन इन द पास्ट 2 years. सो द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट एट इज कि ये पॉइंट में भी ITC जो है was a favorite for fundamental analysts. क्यों? Because the cash that it had was very good. Overall company अच्छा था, tempting valuations, all sorts of things. But उसने actually जागा कब? जागा वो कोविड के बाद थोड़ा बहुत. आगे चल के क्या होगा we don't know. But what we know is that even sometimes very good fundamental companies don't perform well, at least to start with, which is why patience is very important in the market. The more I have understood the market, the more I feel that these psychological qualities that we have, whether it is patience, whether it is being optimistic, whether it is being very practical about things, whether it is being very objective about things. ये सारी चीज भी बहुत important होती है rather than just quantitative facts like fundamentals, technicals and all. So yeah, uh, I I hope that answers your questions. This was supposed to be a trading trading live stream, but I think it was a good few questions that helped us steer it into the direction that it did. So yeah, any other questions? Please let me know. Otherwise, we can wrap up. 5 minutes over short already. मार्केट तो बंद ही है आज, तो 3:30 बजे मार्केट बंद होने की तो बात नहीं है. How do you select stocks for investing, Anurag? Several methods. Me personally, I'll just look at the charts because most of my investing is done partially using charts and on stocks that are inherently good. So even though I don't do a lot of fundamental analysis, I pick stocks that are not, for the lack of a better word, cheap. सस्ते stocks जो होता है ना, like just stocks that are unheard of, वैसे I avoid. वैसे I do trade them very small amounts, but otherwise for investing I just stick with the known names. Known names मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी आप देख रहे हो here, every single stock from this list is known. These are not my holdings, to be very clear. ये मेरे holdings नहीं है. This is just a list of large cap stocks that I have. Some of these are in my holdings, not all of them. For example, these stocks, Marico and all, are not in my holdings. But ये सारे जो, these are good stocks, right? They're proven stocks. So वो जब अच्छे levels पे आते हैं, that time I put in my money. Does open interest work as support resistance? Yes, it does. It does. To a fair extent, I would say maybe 60 to 70% probability होगी उसकी of working as a support or resistance. वहां से कितना bounce होता है वो नहीं पता, because that depends. Does it hold as a support or resistance? But yes, it does. You can see the impact of it, definitely. Do you trade in penny stocks? Penny stocks trading, see, kind of I do. In the sense that if you talk about some very sasta stocks, let's see, do I have any here on this list? Yeah, Cyber Media. This is a stock that I had taken a trade in. So I think मैंने यहाँ से यहाँ तक क्या कुछ ये मूव पकड़ा था, something like that. I don't remember because it's been a while since I checked this. But मैंने अभी exit कर लिया. I'm not in this stock anymore. This is not a recommendation either. In general, whatever I have said in this live stream and whatever I will be saying after is not financial advice, recommendation, nothing, not SEBI registered, just for edu and info. But ये जो trades हैं, इसके अंदर I put a very, very small amount. इतना small amount कि even if it goes half, it is still a hit for me, but it is not a hit for me on a portfolio wide basis. क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं है स्टॉक कैसा है. See, for all we know, Cyber Media ends up becoming the next TCS or something and it just bounces. But for all we know, it can also end up becoming the next, what is that name? I forgot the name. That company that just went bankrupt. You get the point, right? 18 से 1800 भी हो सकता है, 18 से 1 भी हो सकता है. We don't know. No one knows. Maybe not even the promoters or people working in the company. Best we can do is take a risk adjusted, risk calculated view. Right time to buy stocks related to EV for long term, maybe. For short term, I don't think so, because I feel EVs in general काफी mainstream हो गए हैं. The right early mover advantage might just have passed. शून्य ऐप के बारे में बताओ. I don't use शून्य. In fact, मैंने उतना नाम भी नहीं सुना है इसका. एक बार बस नाम सुना है, दूसरी बार आपसे सुना है. So अगर मैं यूज कर रहा होता तो मैं बताता, और अगर शून्य ऐप को वेरी काइंडली स्पॉन्सर करना है हमारे वीडियोस या लाइव स्ट्रीम्स को, तो शून्य ऐप आप आ सकते हो हमारे ईमेल इनबॉक्स में. बट आई डोंट रियली यूज इट, सो आई वोंट टॉक अबाउट इट डायरेक्टली. What are your thoughts on Vodafone Idea? See, I'm a Vodafone Idea customer, so I don't want to be too brutal on them, but does not look very good. Their losses have also widened. So let's see. I sincerely hope that they're able to save it, because मेरे एरिया में सिर्फ आइडिया ही एक वोडाफोन आइडिया ही एक अच्छा नेटवर्क है. So if they if they stop their services, then I will be the first person to cry. But yeah, I'm not an investor in them. Zero positions in them. Not a very good uh, not a very good share in general. You can see how it has gone. Clearly not something you'd want to invest in, unless there is some relief that comes in. Unless maybe 5G का कुछ वो लोग का gold mine hit हो जाता है, तो otherwise Jio Airtel is still leading the pack. Will they recover? I don't know, man. I really don't know. See, technically speaking, and my voice is going to be super low now, which is why मैं अभी बस थोड़े टाइम में बंद कर दूंगा live stream. Technically, this is a support. Technically, this is a resistance. अगर यहाँ से बाउंस होता है, 10 रुपए के आसपास जा सकता है. जाएगा नहीं जाएगा, I don't know, but it can. I would not put my money on it, and I have not put my money on it yet. Maybe if I feel कुछ हो सकता है, just to see what it's like, I might put in some very छोटा amount, but otherwise not a trade as such. Volume burst candles, you put a screener or a filter, you will get it. How long have you been trading, investing? My first trade, I believe my first trade was in 2017 or 2018. 2017 or 2018 was one. I think my first trade that I had taken. 2016 was the first conference or seminar that I attended, जिसके अंदर मैं technical analysis सीखा, and that's when I started. So yeah, 2019 is when I started my podcast. 2019 में ही I think the YouTube channel started. I think we did 3 years or 2 years of the YouTube channel. So yeah, it's been a while. There was a rumor that Adani might buy Vodafone. No clue. I'm sure there was. If there is a grain of truth to that rumor, I sincerely wish Gautam ji the best of luck, because he's going to need it. But I don't know what more I can say about that. Did you read any books related to analysis? Can you suggest some? So Ria, I am planning a dedicated video. I will just share my YouTube channel also, so आप लोगों को भी मिल जाए मेरी channel. This is me. और यहाँ पे I am planning a video very soon. These are the 2 videos I was talking about, by the way. So उसके अंदर आपको मिल जाएगा my list. In general, I haven't read a lot of finance books. I have read a lot of non-fiction books in general related to, you know, क्या बोलते हैं, business, mindset and such. Will you do live trading in future? Maybe later on. Right now, November end tak I'll be very caught up. I'm a CFA level 2 candidate, so I've got my exam 26th. So let's see. But yeah, do check out the YouTube channel. We are at 3094 subscribers, I believe. Let's make it 3100 today. 3.09 to 3.1 kar lete hain aaj. And on Creator also, how many are we? 85. Nice. Let's do 90 or maybe even 100 today. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think that answers most of the questions. I hope you found value in this live stream, and I will see all of you all in the next one. So books and all, I do intend on making a video or at least something, because I will have to, you know, sift through the ones that I've read and all. तो उसका एक अच्छा मेरे को well presented वही बनाना है. Then you will have it. So I'll see all of you in the next one. Tab tak, happy trading, happy analysis, and I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday ahead. I'll see you all on Thursday live stream. Mein. Thank you. Take care.